Okay, so you have a garage and you just hired your first employee. You're not really sure what to do and what insurances you need. In this video, we're gonna go over workers' compensation insurance for your garage, which covers your employees. And I'm gonna simplify that process and what that looks like. Hi, my name is Taylor Garcia. I specialize in all things garage insurance, and we have some of the best national insurance programs for garages. So if you have any questions or you want a quote or a second opinion on your garage insurance, reach out to us today with the link below, and we'd be happy to have that conversation. Okay, so when it comes to hiring employees for your garage, there are a few things that you have to do legally and to protect your employees. So legally, anytime you hire an employee, whether it's part-time or full-time, you have to have workers' compensation insurance. Now, typically the broker that handles your garage insurance should be able to do the workers' compensation as well. So you don't necessarily want to jump around to different agents for different policies. You want to try to keep it under one roof. So whoever handles your garage package, make sure they can do the workers' comp too. So you have it all under one place and you can ask one agent. That's the best way to handle this. Well, they're 1099. I don't need them. They're not an employee. I hate to break it to you, but 9 times out of 10, these guys are your employees. If you're telling them when to get to work, you're giving them tools, they're wearing your shirts, whatever it is, they're employees. 1099s are specifically independent contractors. You hire them and they have their own insurance and they have their own business and they are maybe helping you. You're like subbing out work. But if they're working for you and you give them a schedule, you help them with everything, they're your employees and you need workers' compensation insurance, no matter if they're part-time or full-time. So the most important part of workers' compensation is the payroll. So when you are purchasing workers' compensation insurance, the agent's gonna ask for your annual payroll. Now, typically this is gonna be, whether you have a part-time or full-time, what you're paying them annually. So don't get weirded out if they start asking you how much you're paying these guys, because that's what we need and that's what your workers' compensation is based off of. So a lot of times the agent's gonna ask, what type of work are they doing? Are they full-time or part-time? And what is the annual payroll? Those are the few things that they're gonna ask to make sure they're properly rating your workers' comp insurance. Now also, workers' compensation insurance is auditable. And what that means is typically at the end of the year, the insurance company is gonna come back to you and ask for receipts or reports of your payroll that you spent for the year. Because if you told the insurance company that you only have $50,000 in annual payroll, but then at the end of the year you ended up having $100,000 in payroll because you maybe hired more guys and you didn't tell us, then they're gonna charge you that extra bump because they undercharged you for workers' compensation. And those audits, they don't give you installments, they don't give you much time. You owe it in like 10 days in full, or it goes to collections. So you wanna make sure you're updating your agent regularly, whether you're hiring more guys or your payroll's going up, because you wanna be able to update the insurance company regularly so you don't get hit with those nasty audits at the end. And a good agent or broker should be reaching out to you every 6 months or so to check in. Say, hey, have you hired new guys? Have you increased your payroll at all? We have it at this. Are we still looking good? Because again, that agent or broker is looking out for you to make sure we're avoiding any huge audits at the end of the year. Workers' compensation is there in case your employees get injured. That's what this coverage is for. So for whatever reason, if they're working for you and they get injured on the job under their hours of work, then workers' compensation is there to make sure that they get treated properly and get care they need. Health insurance is completely separate when it comes to work-related injuries. So if they go to the doctor, they go to the hospital for a work-related injury, the doctor is going to file it under a workers' compensation insurance injury, right? Or a claim. So you want to make sure you have this, because if you send the guy to the doctor and you don't have workers' comp insurance, you could get fined heavily for not having it and you have employees. So that's why you want to make sure you have workers' compensation insurance, and that's why you want to make sure that you properly protect your guys, because without them, you have no business, and your employees are the biggest thing in your business. So you want to make sure they're properly protected. So really, there's not much more to workers' compensation other than it's protecting your employees. The workers' compensation rate is really based on the type of work they're doing and the annual payroll that you have. The policy is auditable at the end of the year, so you want to make sure you're accurately representing what your payroll is and how many guys you have. You want to be honest with that so you can avoid any audits at the end of the year. And really, that's all there is to it. And most of the time, your guys are not 1099. most of the time these guys are employees. If you're hiring them, giving them tools, giving them a shirt, giving them a schedule, telling them what to do, they're your employees. They're not 1099 independent contractors. So if you have any other further questions on workers' comp insurance, I'd be happy to have that discussion and dive a little bit deeper into it with your specific situation. So reach out to us today and I'd be happy to talk about what we offer as far as workers' comp goes for your garage or anything further. Thanks again for watching this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.